Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we've got a bunch of very cool stuff to have a look at for the Pokemon trading card game, including some stuff that I wasn't sure we were going to have, and we finally got it. I am talking, of course, about Midnight Agent the Cinema, like this playmat. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, there was a whole range of goods they did over in Japan a while ago now, which was this. It's basically like a fake movie or series of movies or something along those lines. It's all very movie themed. And they had this a while ago, and there was no TCG stuff. And that made me a little bit sad. And I think I did actually show you in a video. I'm sure I did. Because I've got some pictures saved on my computer, and I only do that when I've use it in a video. So there was a whole range of goods, watches, for some reason. And I always kind of hoped that there would be some TCG stuff coming. There is some TCG stuff coming, and I am absolutely delighted. So we got ourselves a playmat. And this is awkward, right? I have like 1 billion playmats. I definitely don't need another playmat. But goodness me, I like this playmat, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the playmat is retailing for 2,970 yen, which, to be fair, is about standard for a Japanese playmat. And you're talking somewhere in the region of about $22 or about £17.50. It is an extremely cool playmat. I'm in love. There is also a deck box. Now, you'll notice very similar kind of stuff here, although Duraludon is now taking center stage rather than being in the background. And it's one of those long deck boxes, for what that's worth. I have very little else to say about that. It's just really cool. And this one is retailing for the ridiculous price of 500 yen. It is absurd. 500 yen for a deck box is absolutely ridiculous. You're talking around about $3.70 or £3. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, we then have 4 different sets of sleeves. We've got the Greninja sleeves, which are kind of cool. We've got the Gengar sleeves. Greninja has Sandaconda. Gengar's got Flygon. We've got the Sylveon sleeves, also featuring a bunch of dragons. I can see 4 different ones there at least, which is rude because you're hitting for weakness. And then you've got yourself an Inteleon featured there with Duraludon. Now, all of these sleeves retail for 889 yen, which incidentally, that is the standard you pay for sleeves over in Japan. So you're talking around about $6.60 or about £5.30. Not bad for very, very cool sleeves. We've also, I should mention, got a binder, which is retailing for 2,420 yen, which retails for somewhere in the region of around about $18 or around about £14. Not the cheapest, but very cool. And then there are refills for that binder for, when you run out. And that's 700 yen. So you're talking around about $5.20 or about £4.10. I love this range. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I'm a huge fan. And frankly, I'm probably not going to buy it all, but there's a part of me that really, really wants to. This is just awesome. I was really hoping that they were going to get some TCG stuff going on with this. They finally are, and I'm delighted. But there's more. We've also got the Flip Deck Box Pikachu Restaurant. Now, I actually showed you these ones t'other day, but they are now being shown off again. We've got a Flip Deck Box and a playmat case. The deck box is retailing for 2,200 yen. So you're talking somewhere in the region of around about $16 or £13. And the playmat case is 4,400 yen, which is double. So you're talking about $32.50 or around about £26. Obviously a little bit of rounding here to make it easier. These are very cool. They look to be faux leather. They've got little imprints of legendary Pokemon. They are just absolutely awesome. So this is rather nice. And then we've also got playmat case Ditto together. And a binder. for Ditto together. Now, usually, and it's clearly not the case here, but usually, of course, when we get these merch drops, they're linked to a particular set, and we get a bunch of merch which is themed after Pokemon that feature in that set. That's generally the way it tends to go. Well, here, there is no set. So, it's all kind of random, and I'm loving it. The Ditto stuff, there's no deck box, no playmat, no sleeve, none of the usual stuff we would generally expect. And I kind of love that, honestly. So we've got ourselves a playmat case, which is retailing for 990 yen. So you're talking around about $7.30 or around about £5.90. And it's exactly what it says on the tin. It is a case in which to store your playmat. It's rather lovely. We've then got a binder, and I love the design of this binder. It's so weird. I'm sure some of you are going to get this and some of you aren't, but the spine of this gives me real Mega Drive vibes, or I suppose if we're in the US, Genesis, the old Sega console. Just, if you know, you know, just look at it. It's clearly Sega Genesis, or Sega Mega Drive if you're European. Love it. Kind of want it just for that, honestly. So here we've got 1,980 yen, which interestingly enough is not the same price as the Midnight Agent binder, which is frankly a little bit weird, but hey ho, that's the way it goes. It's cheaper if anybody's interested. And 1,980 yen, you're talking somewhere in the ballpark of about $14.50 or about £12. It's very cool. There's also refills for again 700 yen like before. Then we move on to Pokemon AIM Substitute. Look at these sleeves. Look at it! You've got basically a bunch of Pokemon and then a bunch of substitutes. So, then you've got weird stuff like Leftovers and Potion just kind of chilling around there as well for some reason. There's a confused Ditto, there's a Cyndaquil, a Plusle and a Minun, and a couple of others. I'll let you figure them out yourself. But it's just a bunch of substitute and a bunch of random Pokemon with a couple of items because I don't know why. And this whole thing makes like no sense to me. And yet I love it. I think it's brilliant and I'm a huge fan. It is interesting to know, I should mention, everything I'm talking about today comes out on the Japanese Pokemon Center on May the 19th, which is 5 days before the Unagaba promotion goes live. So we're all going to go, I say we all, nerds like me, who are going to be going after the Unagaba promos, are going to be wanting to go and spend probably about 10,000 yen on Japanese stuff, because you get one random promo per 1,000 yen spent. So spend 10,000 yen, get 10 promos, 10 random promos. So I'm going to want to go and spend 10,000 yen on random Pokemon stuff at around this time. I think these sleeves might make the cut. We've then got a very similar deck box for the same price as the other deck box. I'm only going to retell you the prices where, they're different. And then we've got a playmat case for the same price as the Ditto one. We don't usually see more than one playmat case when we do these videos. There's 3 today. That's quite a lot. What else have we got? We've got ourselves Pikachu. Mimosa E Pokemon. It's basically Pikachu picking flowers. We've got ourselves sleeves and a deck box for the usual price. And these are just adorable, honestly. You'll notice there is a Yamper and an Oricorio hiding on the side of the deck box, which is kind of awesome. We've got a real electric theme going on here. And this is just lovely, honestly. Absolutely lovely. I adore the art on this. I don't always go for the Pikachu stuff. You can't collect Pikachu stuff. It's way too expensive. But I tell you what, this has piqued my interest. We've got deck sleeves Dawasure. And I don't really know what that means, honestly. I probably should by now. Sorry. But it's just a bunch of really confused Pokemon. Confusion is Conran, so it's definitely not that. But it's just a bunch of confused Pokemon. And I love this. There's just a Numel just kind of sitting. That Numel looks adorable. I'm generally not a huge fan of Numel. This Numel looks absolutely adorable. This is a weird collection of Pokemon to put on sleeves. Sleeves and a deck box, usual price, obviously. And I adore this. I think it's lovely. I think it's wonderful. I think it's cute and adorable. And I don't understand it, but I know that I love it. And then we've got a Pawmot. Pawmot sleeves and Pawmot deck box, again, same price. And it's just the whole Pawmot evolution line. On the sleeves, they're all just kind of hanging around in a tree. And on the deck box, actually it's the same artwork, it's just weird. Because the top of the tree goes onto or the middle of the tree, goes onto kind of the top of the deck box, it looks like they're all huddled underneath. But it is basically the same artwork. And it's absolutely adorable. And then we've just got a couple sets of sleeves on their own, although they are, again, the usual price. So we've got Toadscruel sleeves? It's a Toadscruel running away from a Toadscruel. Why? Not entirely sure, honestly, if I'm honest with you. No, actually, this one does make a little bit of sense. No, okay, right. These last three, it's because of the EX product. Remember, there's that product coming out over in Japan where you get either a Pawmot EX, a Toadscruel EX, or a Houndstone EX. It's that. That's what we're talking about here. Okay, I feel a bit better about this. That's what we're talking about. So that's why there's Pawmot sleeves and deck box. That's why there's Toadscruel sleeves and deck... No, just sleeves. And that's why the last set of sleeves I'm going to show you here are Houndstone. Obviously. Because they are matching it. Like I say, when the products get released, they usually get matched to a set. There is no set here, but there is this EX box releasing over in Japan. So these last three things I'm looking at here are linked to that. The others aren't, incidentally. All the other stuff I've shown you is just kind of random and there because. Don't know why. I love a lot of it. But these last three things are very much linked to that. And as someone who really wants to make that Houndstone deck work, I could see myself picking up these sleeves. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's available, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what stuff here you like the look of. Tell me what you're excited to buy. Tell me what you're going to pick up. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. And of course, you can get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Joseph Forget, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now, and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for both the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.